Imagine an ocean so cold, it can freeze a heartbeat. The year is 1985, and somewhere deep within the Russian Arctic, nearly 2,000 beluga whales are trapped under a ceiling of solid ice. No way forward, no way back, no air, no hope. But what happened next is something the world still talks about today. A rescue mission unlike anything in human history. A moment where science, desperation, and music collided, and a miracle unfolded, led not by technology, but by classical music. This is the story of the day humans played a symphony, and the whales followed it toward life. Chapter 1. The Whispers in the Ice. Winter in the Arctic is unforgiving. Winds slice through the air like knives, temperatures fall low enough to freeze diesel, and the sea surface becomes a battlefield of shifting ice plates. Amid this frozen wilderness were the beluga whales, gentle, curious, highly social beings often called the canaries of the sea because of their melodic voices. But this time, their voices were silent. Local hunters first noticed them, hundreds, then thousands, gathered in a single shrinking hole in the ice. The whales were exhausted. Each breath took immense effort as they waited their turn at the only opening available. Without help, they would perish in days. The news spread quickly across the Soviet North. This wasn't just an animal tragedy. It was a humanitarian crisis for a species. Chapter 2. The Arrival of Moskva. The Soviet government dispatched one of their most powerful icebreakers, the Moskva, a steel giant capable of crushing ice as thick as a building's wall. Its mission was clear: break a pathway from the trapped whales to the open ocean. But the journey was brutal. Winds roared, snowfall thickened like cement dust, and the ice refused to move. After days of cutting through the frozen maze, the Moskva finally reached the desperate pod. The crew expected the whales to follow the ship through the path it created, but instead, the belugas stayed behind, terrified, confused, unwilling to leave their tiny pocket of safety. Nothing the crew tried worked. It seemed impossible. Chapter 3. The Crazy Idea. Then came a moment that would change everything. One of the crew members remembered a strange fact. Belugas react to sound more strongly than almost any marine mammal. They navigate using echolocation and communicate in a wide range of underwater melodies. So he suggested something bizarre. Let's play music. Maybe they'll follow the sound. At first, everyone laughed. This was the Arctic, not a concert hall. But desperation pushes the human mind into creativity. The crew lowered waterproof speakers into the icy water and played the first track, a gentle, rhythmic composition by Rachmaninoff. The sound drifted through the water like a soft heartbeat. And then something unbelievable happened. Chapter 4. The Arctic Symphony. The whales began to move. Slowly at first, then in groups. Elders, mothers, calves, all turning their heads toward the sound. It was as if the music awakened a forgotten instinct. A shimmering river of white bodies began gliding behind the icebreaker, following the soundtrack that echoed through the frozen sea. The crew watched in awe, a migration guided not by nature, but by melody. Every time the path closed behind them with slamming ice, the Moskva opened a new route. The whales followed faithfully, staying dangerously close but never touching the ship. Hours turned into nearly an entire day. The Arctic witnessed something it had never seen before. A 2,000-member orchestra of whales moving in harmony behind a ship. Chapter 5. Freedom finally! After miles of cutting, guiding, and playing music, the ice began to thin. Open water appeared, dark, deep, endless. One by one, the belugas slid into freedom. Their calls echoed across the ocean, a sound the crew never forgot. It wasn't fear anymore, it was joy. A rescue mission that began with hopelessness ended in a miracle performed by humans, steel, courage, and a symphony. Chapter 6. Why music worked. Scientists later explained why the plan worked so perfectly. Belugas have incredible auditory sensitivity. They use sound to navigate complex environments. Their brains process audio with emotional awareness, similar to humans. Music, especially calm rhythmic patterns, can influence their movement and mood. In short, music wasn't just sound. It was communication, a language they understood. a call they trusted. This story is more than a rescue, it's a reminder. Even in the harshest corners of the planet, life listens. Life responds, life hopes. And sometimes, saving a life doesn't require force, intelligence, or technology. Sometimes, it just requires a simple melody played with compassion. If you found this story inspiring, like the video, share it with someone who loves animals. And let the world know